Right, well, as I promised on Twitter, I said I was going to do a review on this. The Autocoach in maroon livery from Hornby. Now, the reason why I'm doing a video on this is because, well, I want to review something different, and so I thought, rolling stock. Because in the past I have reviewed items of rolling stock, and I thought, well, why not do it again, because it will be a great change. As you can see, it's in the old box, which dates back from to the 80s and 90s era. Now they are still making the Autocoaches, which is quite cool. But when I walked into Southern Railways yesterday, as you've seen the recommendation video, I bought this. Look at that, £15. You know, that is an amazing price, considering how old it is. And the cool thing is, you have to excuse the jet line that's going overhead, I actually have two Autocoaches, if I just get the other one. And so here it is. Now it does show signs of wear and tear. For example, the buffers are missing, the roof has been raised up, and also the glazing. It's slightly coming out, but you know, it's still useful. And besides, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it shows how much it's been used. Dodgy bit of focus there. Also, the belt I made myself, because it did originally have a belt, actually, but it broke off, and so I thought I'd make one myself. And it's in chocolate and cream livery, as you can see, but it wasn't originally in this livery. It was in maroon, but because the livery was actually fading and becoming tatty, I thought I'd give it a repaint. So there's the old one I have, but it's still cool, and you know, just to show how old these are, because it is made by Airfix, as you can see by the logo there, so it is quite old, dating back from 1977. So that's not too much of a problem, so I do still like it. And I first had this when I was little, so it's special. And for that reason, there's no reason to get rid of it, because it's still a great coach. But anyway, now I have two Autocoaches, this one being the maroon, and the great thing about this, I can recreate push-pull trains with my GWR 14XX, which is what I will be using it for, considering that's what they would have been used for back in the day. But anyway, let's open it up. This is the first time it's been opened. Okay, well, I've slightly damaged the plastic there, but you know, can't really do much about that. So there's the old box. And there you get these, which are actually handrails to go on the Autocoach. And that's quite cool. So I shall fit them, which I might make a separate video of. Although actually, I've just thought of something better. I'll do them in this video. So that's going to be cool. And now all that's left for us to do is to pick the coach out of the plastic packaging. And there is a little bit of tissue paper in there. Don't know why, that's just odd. Take away that. And here it is. Now the first thing you'll notice, it does actually have metal buffers, but the latters aren't sprung. But you know, as long as I have proper metal buffers which can't really actually break off, that is quite good. There is a little socket there, so you could actually take away these big plastic couplings. I won't do, because I don't really have a problem with them. Some people, yes, will, but you know, what can you do? The bogie detailing is lovely, despite it being a little bit basic, but you know, what was you expecting? But there is some riveting on the underframe there. Just wait for the camera to yeah, there we go. There's riveting on the underframe there. There's some nice steps there as well by the doors. You can see there where the handrails go into, by them little holes. So that'll be quite fun. And also for a coach, there is a fair bit of weight in it, but you don't want it to be too heavy because it's got to be pulled by things. Now the roof is actually quite detailed. You've got all these bumps on it, and the lines on there as well. Okay, the roof isn't really the most interesting thing to look at, but it's nicely detailed, so that's a plus. There's some nice glazing going all the way down the coach as well. There's the coach number, W196W. There's the guard door as well. And there are some handles on the doors there. But they are basic and not painted silver. But you know, it is an old model. But there is seating going all the way down the coach. And what I am tempted to do is to stick some people in this, because I think it'll be quite cool. The livery is spot on, and I just love the livery. Maroon, all the way around the coach, with yellow lining. So it's quite stunning. The back of the coach has some nice detailing as well, such as some lamp irons and a few handrails. And some wires. They are basic, but you know, it would be... well, it would cost more money than 15 quid if it did have separate wires on, really. But they're still there, so it's quite nice. And also at the front we get a nice bell, which is painted red, which is very nice. And there's a few lamp irons at the front there, as you can see, and some riveting at the front there as well, but it's only slight. And that's basically about it, to be honest, although there is some nice detail at the front here as well. So that's basically it, really, to be honest. There's not much to explain about a coach, but it makes a great addition to the layout, and it's going to go really well with the 14XX and the other Autocoach as well. And at the bottom there are actually these plastic clips that help turn the bogie wheels around the corners. And the wheels, yes, they are plastic, but you know, they don't really bother me. But they might be tricky to replace though, because you can't just cut down the middle, because the middle are metal. But I have no plans anytime soon to replace them with metal wheels. And besides, yes, this Autocoach is an old model, so you've got to cut it some slack, in my opinion. But anyway, so there's the Autocoach. Stunning, despite it being an old model. So let's put it on the track and see what it's like. I can't say see how it runs, because there's no motor in it, obviously. Although wait, I almost forgot what I promised. Come on, stay. Putting these mini handrails on the sides, so we'll do that now. Right, for this part of the video I've moved into this area where there's a little bit more light. So here's the Autocoach. I'm going to have to lock this down on its side to stop it rolling away. And so here are the handrails to go on the side. So now I'm being interrupted by a turbo start, but I'm not going to stop the video just for that. So if we get the scissors and just cut the bag open. And the handrails slide out, and the instructions I'll just put the plastic bag in my pocket. Or just turn the camera down. Ah yeah, now this is a nice touch, look at that. Good hope if I'm actually focusing. There we go. So it's not very often you get instructions and putting details. Oh, there's actually 4 there. Wasn't expecting that, but then again I'm guessing that they are spares. In case you bugger the other ones up. So there we go. See, it actually says to push them into the bottom first before the... No, the top hole first before the bottom. Get it right. So that's quite useful. So, move the handrails to one side. And bring the coach forward. Now for this job, you're going to need a needle or a cocktail stick. And some PVA. So, all you need to do really is to squeeze the bottle and just get a little bit of glue on the end of the needle, as you can see there. And then just well, it's not actually enough there. Right, that should be enough. And just dab it to where the holes are, basically. But there we go, so that's one done. Now I'll only show you fitting the one in, because it's going to be the same with the others. Well, I should say I will fit 2 on this one showing you, but not on the other one. If you take what I mean. And there are some actual holes on the steps as well. I nearly forgot that. I never thought of this when I see the day. Actually detailing a coach. And it's actually snowing now on the roof. You can hear a slight pitter-patter sound. But anyway. Okay. In fact, actually, right, there we go. So I had to make a little hole in there to remember where the hole was. Right, this is not going to be easy. Right, there we go, there's one. And hopefully that should stay in. Damn, damn, damn and blast. Right, there we go. That's pushed in. Right, there we go. So there's both handrails in. Now I've got to do the other side, but I will not be showing you of me doing it because it's exactly the same. Right, well, that's the handrail stuck on. Now that took a blooming age to do because it wasn't very easy, but they're in, and so now it's ready for work on the layout. So let's put it on the track. Okay, so she's on. Now what I'm going to do in this video is get the 14XX from Hornby and couple that up to the Autocoach. But then if I just drive it back a little bit, I'm going to do this. Ta-da, look at that. A push-pull train being recreated. And you shall see that being recreated in further upcoming videos as well. So now all that's left to do is to get it running. You have to excuse the locomotive stuttering there a little, but it's not actually been running a while. Whoa, now look at that. Just look at how ace that looks. So there's not really much else to add up. Just get an Autocoach, because they are really good. And the one thing that they are just absolutely stunning for is recreating trains like this. Because if it wasn't for Hornby producing these, there's no way we would be able to recreate such scenes like this. So well done on you, Hornby. You've outdone yourself, producing something unique and not like anything else. And this is just going to be hours of fun.